Good evening everybody, welcome to Inside Line Racing here for the ILR8 race here in Paul Ricard. I'm commentator Owen Wyatt and I've prepared a bit of an intro for this one. Hope you all like it. Obviously, we all like to make jokes about how this track is a bit of a rainbow, so do you know what? But I made my own little custom intro for it. Don't laugh. Somewhere over the rainbow you find a Paul Ricard circuit, and at the end of 27 laps, someone's going to find a pot of gold at the end of the rainbow and take home 25 or 26 that are really good points. It should be dry today. And yeah, will it be a silver arrow? Will it be a Ferrari? We'll wait and see. It looks like Brad got it extremely early from what I could tell, and it's almost certainly a default setup for him, but we'll watch him anyway, see if he can make a default setup work. I think it's one of those tracks, for a car, where you can make it work, so we'll wait and see. But yeah, an interesting choice regardless. I'm seeing a lot of yellow flags there. I imagine it's very difficult to hit something, so hopefully no one has hit anything. As you can see, the walls are just miles away, and they're very difficult to hit, as Alfie Jensen McMartin would know in the chat. Commentating on him for SLR at the weekend, and he extended everywhere. And look at it, it's raining, by the way. It's starting to rain. Now Brad is the first one out here at the moment, and if he gets to this line, he could be starting on pole right now, because the rain is coming down very quickly indeed, and I don't think anyone expected to see this at the start of the session. But as I say, Alfie says he knows about the walls, how far away they are. He was extending here, there and everywhere. I imagine these guys will probably be wary about that as well. But the rain is falling. Just a few moments of the qualifying here. Who's close? There's no one else really very close here to Brad. Brad's got a huge advantage right now. Can he get to the line? It doesn't have to be a great lap. If he can just get to the line, it depends on how the rain is for everyone else. This could be the pole position lap. Here comes Brad. Will the rain persist? Will it stay as heavy as this? Will it get heavier? Let's watch Monkey Mega. You can see the lights are even on in the background. It's incredible. Never seen rain at the start of a session like this. But it looks to be drivable still. Moras goes quickest now. Half a second quicker actually on the mediums. I wonder if Brad's default setup isn't helping. Maybe he just didn't expect it to rain. I don't think anyone expected it to rain. Well, if we got to ILR2, oh, that's cool. You should have been ILR3. We could have some great bouncers. Oh well. Mr. John there on the hards. He's entering his very first ILR race today. His very first 50% race actually in ILR. He's been league racing I think for like 5 years, but it's finally decided he's going to hop up to 50%, and he's joined us in ILR8 as I believe, and do correct me if I'm wrong, but the young man, 43 years of age, I believe he's the oldest driver we've ever had here, so it's a cool. We always say about all the teenagers coming for all the little children. Here comes Mr. John showing that everyone can do it, and good old 43, so good on him. Let's hope he does a good job today in that Rich Energy Haas. Enjoy Rich Energy while it lasts. That's all I'm going to say, because it's probably not going to be here for too long. But yeah, Commando now fastest. Dexter to the line as well. Eagles P3, just under a tenth of a second between the top three guys. Two guys spun off. You can see the rain is really coming down. It's a lot of spray off the line now when you go off. But let's see, does anybody else have anything to do here in this session? Will we get much more here? Could these be the only runs? It depends really how heavy the rain is. Jess said it should be overcast like this for the race as well, and if it does this in the race, it'd be very surprising. It happened once again in the SLR race I was talking about here. The rain does come very just randomly, doesn't it? And it'd be very interesting to see if it sticks around, as Camu Babu there goes up into P7. Now Zeppa, we believe, is starting at the very back of the grid because he apparently is deemed too fast. I think we're looking at getting him up to ILR7. Despite the fact he's actually second in the championship, 2 points off our championship leader is in Baza. We deem Zeppa too fast here, so SD Mats could have another one joining him in an early promotion here this season, but yeah, he should be starting last, I believe, if Jacko's information is correct. And speaking of Jacko's information, I think we should really introduce this as like a full-on feature now. Jacko's ones to watch, because he always has them and are always very interesting. So his ones to watch for today. Mr. John making his ILR debut, a man with well over half a decade of racing experience here. And yeah, finally he's up to 50% races. As I say, I believe it's his first 50% race. So, like I said, good luck to him. And Brandon as well, who we're watching right now, he's looking to follow his teammates' footsteps of last week to try and get a point on the board. Him and Brad now, the only two drivers without any points so far this season. I think after a penalty in Canada, because I think Brandon actually did get points at the finish line, but didn't keep them. So we'll hope to see him do well again today. And yeah, we've also got a number of drivers running new and one-off helmets. I'll be going through the helmets a little bit later on, probably on the formation, because as you all know, it's like the best feature I've got, the only feature I've got, apart from this one, but then again it's just sort of stolen from Jacko, so it doesn't really count, I don't know. Big number of drivers as well, including the big names, haven't really got to grips with this track, and in the rain it's not too good either. So Jacko says that these guys will be struggling a bit today as well, including himself and the two Alphas. As you can see, Straw Blonde there, maybe not showing is struggling too much. He's up there highest of the hard runners, so that's a positive sign for him. But yeah, Jacko down there, 2.7 seconds at the pace. Hopefully he'll try and improve. And yeah, that's Jacko's ones to watch this week. I like that wee feature. I think it's quite a nice wee feature that I've made. Obviously I'm going to like it. Now the rain is still falling. I don't really know if it's going to be okay or not for these guys. We'll just have to wait and see, I guess. But it appears they're still going. Although, yeah, many of them haven't actually done their proper laps yet, I don't think. Rob, that's at the final corner. As he's spun that, he's been disqualified for going the wrong way. It's like he decided to go for the pit lane later or something, but I don't really know what was going on there. So Rob is out of qualifying. He'll start right at the very back, as you can see there, down to P20. Well, let's see who's closer to starting a lap. John is closer, so we'll watch him because it's really starting to get treacherous around here. It'll be very interesting to see. Very interesting to see how heavy the rain gets. Jess has now told us that she didn't scroll down to see how long the rain was going to last for. Apparently it is going to be here for the rest of qualifying, and she's going to now check the race again. And Bradley says there's no rain at the end of the race, so our weather forecast has changed. Cheers, Jess. You tried. Oh well, so okay, so Bradley says it's going to rain at the end of the race then. So we've got this, expect this again at the end of the race. So I wonder if people are going to maybe start on mediums or hards and just try and get to rain. It'd be very interesting to see what people do here, but watching John so far, currently P17 at the moment, looking to try and get himself a bit further up in the Haas. But yeah, so what's it going to start dry and then go to wet? Let me just ask that. Try and get some information there for you on that one, because yeah, it is France. This does happen here. Like I say, I commentated on SLR Sunday and it happened exactly like this pretty much in the race. 45 minutes into the race, so that's going to be pretty much the end of the race, and that, like I say, it mirrors exactly what I saw in SLR, and well, that was quite fun to watch. I'm quite looking forward to seeing this. It's very interesting. It goes from dry to very sunny to rainy, so I guess look out for the clouds during this race quite a lot. It's going to play a big part. It's not like it's going to be overcast the whole time. It's going to be like this. You know, I guess as soon as the lights turn on around the circuit, that's when you're going to see the rain start to fall, because if you notice on the back straight, I think the lights are on there. That's a good indication, I reckon, of the rain. Looks like John isn't going to get even close to improving here. It just seems, well, to get a good position, I mean, it just seems like it's not really ready to be as fast as it was at the start of the session, unfortunately. Up to 15th he goes, but yeah. Fun. Let's see if Monkey Meg can get anything out of it. Well, that's a quick no, isn't it? Dexter looks like he's nearly out of the ERS there. It's not going to be too good. He's even going for the slipstream or anything. I wonder if that's abandoned. Shab's obviously abandoned there. I think this is the end of qualifying, if I'm honest with you. Well, I guess while we watch people attempt to do some laps, let me just quickly, once again, remind you that I don't think we've ever seen a full grid of 20 cars get to the end of an ILR race before. We've got 20 here today. And there's very little amount of walls that you can hit. Do you reckon, lads and ladies, that this could be the day that we finally get a full grid to the end of a race? We'll have to wait and see. I think we can. We got very close in a wet China. I think it was wet. So we'll see. Yellows. Like I say, I don't think anyone's hit anything, but the kids have done a rob. That's been into the pit lane entry there, Dexter. Really difficult for these guys now. And it is just torrential rain now. It's, if you get a lap in now and it's going to be any quicker than that, would just be just incredible. And as you can see, the lights are on there. Do you notice that light there up on the top of the screen? You can't see it anymore, but there was a light there. I like the floodlights. It's a bit like Bahrain, but a lot less. Hopefully we get a good shot of it down here. As you can see down the top of the screen, there's those lights. When they come on, I guess that's sort of when the rain is on its way, because that's sort of what happened at the start of the session. I noticed the lights earlier, didn't think anything of it, but then it started raining, so maybe look for the lights as an indication of rain. So yeah, I hope my observations are good. But yeah, we're just sort of watching them parade around. Unfortunately, at this point, I don't think we're going to see any improvements in laps. But still, fun to watch our championship leader try and struggle around the track. It'd be very interesting to see if the rain does fall out at the end of the race, whether the drivers will stick or twist on their tyres. Looks like Dexter might go for a bit of a practice run on his tyres. Let's watch him when he comes out of the pits. There he is in the Mercedes with the green intermediate tyres on. We've got 4.5 minutes to go in qualifying. And I must say, by the way, thanks to the conditions, this grid is properly mixed up. Let's just go through the starting grid, because I don't think it's going to improve. There's literally no chance of it improving, actually. I'm not even going to think about saying it'll improve. It won't. So, Commando Vice is on pole position, and from Monkey Meg second, Moras third, Dexter here in fourth, Shabs fifth, and Brandon, what a great qualifying for him, he's in 6th place at the moment, Brad 7th, Strawball 8th, Baz 9th, and Camel Babu 10th, Splinter 11th, Jacko down in 12th, Beesman 13th, Murdoch 14th, Jess 15th, John 16th, 2Die 17th, Zeppa obviously down in 18th, and Speedwood 19th with Rob last. It's a bit of a shake-up. You've got our championship leader, Baza, down. We've got Zeppa, obviously his challenger. He's been forced down, but he's still down. Very interesting situation. I'm very much looking forward to seeing how this one pans out, because pretty much anything can happen here. Josh Kine there in the chat. I think he's a Bradley fan. Very happy to see that. Matt King there, number 1 reserve, watching on. A little relieved he doesn't have to race in the wetness. I think he would be enjoying this though, wouldn't you? If you can keep it on the track, surely. This is like dream situation for me anyway, in ILR3. I need this in ILR3. My ILR3 season's gone so bad. At this rate, I will end up in ILR4. I'm getting to the point now where I'm so inconsistent. I need a race like this now to get me back in the championship, if there's even a possibility of that anymore. This is like ideal situation for me. But yeah, anyway, let's see what Dexter's up to. See, it looks like he's been struggling a bit, so yeah, this is interesting, man. This is really interesting. He crawls back into the pit lane, but yeah, interesting situation here in qualifying. We don't really know what to expect as Murdoch leaves the session. Like I say, we are sort of expecting this title weather to rear its head again at the end of the race. So yeah, keep an eye out. This will be quite good. We've got Mark, we've got Zeppa there in the chat to give me his commiserations for Canada. Canada was rough. Canada was so bad. I want to cry. It was so bad. At least it can't go worse than that. So, gotta think of the positives. We got Jake Parker. Hello, Jake Parker. Welcome. You're watching F1 esports drivers driving around on their dry tyres in the wet. Very interesting. And we've got a Brad fan. Currently P7 Brad. Brandon and Brad, the 2 drivers. Oh! Well, that was a bit stupid, wasn't it, Straw Blonde? don't touch those curves. Don't touch those painted curves, because well, that's what will happen. You'll crash and you'll lose your front wing live on stream. But yeah, like I say, this is a real opportunity for the Toro Rosso and the Mercedes driver, because this could be their day for points, and it would be the full grid on the points scoring this season, or at least the full timers. So that'd be really cool to see that. But yeah, 6th and 7th they'll be starting. It will be very interesting to see. But yeah, the rain is just torrential at this point. For the tyres these guys are on, there's absolutely no point keeping on going. Baza is going to start a lap though. I feel not really much point, but he's gonna go anyway. I guess if you stick it in the wall, there's nothing really that will cost you. Let me just get you, by the way, the tyres that we're starting on here, because this is very interesting as well. Many people did that in their first run, not really expecting, I suspect, the rain. So Commando and Monkey Meg start in front row on the softs, with Moraz third on mediums, Dexter fourth, Shaz fifth on the softs, with Brandon on mediums, Brad on the softs, with Strawblon and Baza on hards, and Camu Babu 10th on mediums. This is so shaken up. I can't wait. This is already better than the whole French Grand Prix in real life. And it's just qualifying as a checkered flag comes out. What a race we've got in store. This could be incredible. Now, Speedwood, he actually has to do this lap. It's a difficult condition, but he has to get the lap done. And interesting to note that these guys are still running around on the dries. It's incredible. But no, Speedwood has to get this lap done. He hasn't actually got one on the board yet, so this is quite important for him. If he can get a lap done, he will move up a position to P18. Because obviously Seth hasn't done one either, so as long as Speedwood can just keep this on the track, then it'll be all good. Race driver P1 2015 saying that he's the ILR4 comms debut next week. So are you PS4 side then? Looks like we have been looking for someone. I think Lenny's doing ILR4 for us this week. But if you're the new full time, then yeah, I'm very much looking forward to having you. Looking at it. Can't wait. You can tell I don't really keep up to date with the chat. You've probably been in the chat for ages. And Speedwood, just keep it going. Just keep it going. You get a lap on the board, even if it's invalid, I think you'll still get it. So I hope he realises that. And by the way, anyone new here, do feel free to subscribe, turn on notifications so you know that when we go live with the stream, you'll be catching the action all live. And yeah, do, by the way, share the link as well for the stream, because we're about to get the race started if anyone hasn't. I mean, it's not a requirement, mind you, but it'd be quite nice, wouldn't it, to get up to that big 30 again. You gotta love a big 30 bomb. I mean, who wouldn't want that, as Speedwood does retire and misses the complete idea of an extra position. And yeah, race driver starting PS4 next week, but we're very happy to have you. And yeah, I'm sure you'll have great fun. ILR4 has been great to cover this season for the races I have covered. But let's quickly go through that grid then. So Vice on pole from Monkey Meg, Moraz, Dexter, Shaz, Brandon, Brad, Blonde, Straw Blonde, Baza, Kamababu, Splinter, Jakku, Beesman, Murdoch, Jess, John, Tudai, Zeppa, Speedwood, and Crazy Flying Robin. Just look at the tyres that these top 10 are starting on. Who's judged it right? I don't think any of them really judged it right, by the looks of it. But you know what? Strawblon and Baza could just find themselves in a great position if the rain comes at the right point, because they have got so long on those tyres to do. If the rain comes at the right point, they'll almost certainly be at the head of the pack. So I cannot wait to see how this one pans out for these guys. But anyway, like I say, do feel free, share the link, subscribe to the channel. And we've hit 1.4k subscribers last week, which is like so cool. Like it's so cool to see we're growing. We've already gained like another 10 subscribers since then, so like it's so cool. It's cool. I can't wait to see us, you know, get bigger and bigger and bigger still. It always feels good even when you hit a small milestone. And yeah, sure, Jack's happier than me as well. I mean, if you see how happy I am, I imagine Jack's even happier. But yeah, This would be a good race, this one. We've got all 3 tyre compounds in that top 10. We've got rain forecast for the very end of the race. And a full grid of 20 cars ready to take it to this Paul Ricard circuit. Who will reach the end of the rainbow and get that pot of gold waiting there for them? I'm sure you all love my very funny jokes. Let's see what these guys outside the top 10 then have chosen for their tyres. This will be interesting to see. We've got Splinter on mediums, with Jacko on hards, Beta and Murdoch, 2 Ferraris on mediums, Jess and John and Zeppa on hards, and then 2 Dice people in Crazy Fan Rock. So let's bring back the old helmet review, shall we? So, Vice. Nice. Rhyming is my skill. I'm a poet and I didn't know it. Monkey Meg, also looking good. Suits the Williams nicely. Morass, bit of a purple and black design. I always wanted that to be the Racing Point design, but I never sort of did it that way, did they? Dexter using that new spike helmet, a bit like Lewis Hamilton's that one there, with the candy red. Very nice. Shout with the classic star and yellow helmet, suits the Renault a bit. Brandon, nice. Liking it. The silver works with a car. And Brad, nice and hot pink. I've sort of taken a real liking to pink recently, and it suits that Mercedes, I must say, very well indeed. Straw blonde, red helmet for the Alpha. Maybe it could be a bit darker, but Baz as well, he's got the new spike helmet. Look, he's got pink, white and blue. We saw that in qualifying. Very nice indeed, that helmet. Camu Babu, same old for him. Looking all nice and sexy though. Splinter's done a better Alfa Romeo helmet there on his teammate, and he's looking very sexy in that one too. Jacko wanted me to mention his new helmet. Look at it. It's got the French colours or the British colours, depending on what you really think your opinion is of it. Always reminds me that of the Top Gear episode. I think the India one was it, where Richard Hammond did like his full tent in the French colours when he was meant to do it in British colours because of the same, and he made plenty of jokes over it. As I'm sure you can tell, my taste in comedy isn't very good. Beesma as well with the British flag on there. His teammate with the orange and black. Jess, a bit of a purplish pink there. Nice for the car though. Mr. John, new entry, he's got I think the Alan Prost helmet on there. Tuda I think's just white. Works though, I like it. Zeppa, pink and yellow and black. I think he's had that all season, hasn't he? Speedwood. There with his usual colours, and Rob as well. So we're all getting ready to line up. Look at it, the sun is out. The sun is out here. And, well, it's not going to start as the whole race. We've got a cracker up ahead of us. We've got 27 laps here at the Paul Ricard circuit here for the French Grand Prix in ILR8. And I don't think there's anything else to wait on. We should be able to get some racing underway at some point. We've got the lights preparing to go on. We've got the green flags at the back. And here we go, 2, 3, 4 and 5 lights. And we're away. Look at the amount of people who got an earlier start there. It's a thing that these guys can't really control, but Commando's certainly going to take advantage of it. He leads this one into turn 1. Bit of damage at the back there, but it looks like Dexter's been able to take advantage as well, but goes into the back. And that could be chaos. We've got the leader off the road. We've also got a Racing Point off the road. You can see that Commando down in the background, down in last place, and Dexter massive damage as well. So Monkey Meg leads this one, but he's going wide as well. Look at his shabs as well. You'd think it was still wet. So another sort of shambolic start, and it's still getting worse. Looks like Brandon had a bit of an issue there, with Brad getting involved. There's a big dive bomb there, and we've got it all going on here in the first lap here. And let's just I think the best way to deal with it is just look at the position change, because it just doesn't stop, does it? We've got everybody in that top 11 has moved up some places, and that's a huge off there in the background. Who was that? Was that Speedwood or was that Vice? I think it was Vice that's just shot off the track. And the pole sitters had a horrendous start, and I think it's got worse still. Look at this, we've got Dexter and Baza up into P3. He must have had one of those laggy starts as well, and that looked like a pretty close battle at the back there as Camu Babu really gets wiped out. And we have got utter chaos at the start of this race, and unfortunately we've got one retirement, so there goes that full grid of finishers. It will happen one day, I'm sure. But that's, again, I think a result of the laggy start. I don't think there's anything these guys could have really done about that. That just seemed to be a complete mess. Something that we keep struggling with on this game, unfortunately. It just... It's annoying. It is very annoying. Nothing we can do about it. But at the end of lap 1, Baza looking in such a nice position here. Championship leader. But it's Monkey Meg. He leads the race from Dexter, who might have a bit of damage, possibly. But, yeah. Baza looking to keep in that third place, because at the minute... He is in such a good position. If the rain comes at the right time. Morass has got penalties. We've got Bees with penalties as well. There's a lot of them with front wing damage here, speeding into the pit lane. It's an interesting new pit lane here. So they're going to have to learn a lot about, because last year was just a little bit of a turn off on the main straight there. As Jacko goes off the track, will Murdoch get back through there? Tudai's got a 5-second penalty, but corner cuts in. I wonder if he'll get that one removed. We're side by side with the championship contender in the Williams there, Zeppa, and there's Brad on his inside up into P12. Of course, he fell in a bit earlier on, but he's fighting back on lap 2. Here comes Zeppa though, I think 18th on the grid, and now up to P12 in the race. And looks like Dexter might have had a good run here on Monkey Meg. Is there a chance at the change of lead early on in this race? Let's see up the hill. Dexter, I don't know if he's got any front wing damage. It didn't look like a huge hit. It was actually quite a surprise to see the race leader being turned around of Command Device, but yeah, there's no damage done. But yeah, stewards might well have a bit of fun with him. Down the inside, does he think about it for the lead of the race? Not at the moment. Looks like Jacko and Murdoch have been having a bit of a fight in the last few corners, with as well Zeppa and Tudai starting to get involved. And Tudai, as I think he's went up as well. I think he's went up one on most of the grid. I think he went up 7, including him. Okay, sorry, he went up 6. So he went up 6, including him. Others are Zeppa behind, obviously, Murdoch and Baza. So they're our biggest gainers on the start, but I reckon it's going to switch around, and it's going to be Zeppa, our biggest mover. As you can see, down towards turn 1, there goes the Williams, the championship contender. And it looks like Brandon up into P6 as well, getting by. It looks like Dexter's having to go for the lead, and he's got it done. So Dexter, he does have more pace. It does seem like he's got the pace around here, but into the chicane, nothing that really Monkey Meg could do without having an accident. And he's got front wing damage as well. That'll be why Dexter stayed so close to him. Let's see if he gets swallowed up now by Baza. That'd be really surprising, to be fair, even with the front wing damage that someone on the hard will be catching. But it certainly seems that front wing is causing Monkey Meg some real issues at the moment. Looks like Camu's going to come back. DIS is now enabled, of course, and that's very close into the chicane. It's quite a flowing chicane, this one, in the middle of the Mistral Straight. A lot of people don't like this chicane, but I personally love it. It's a great addition to the track. I don't care what anyone says. Look what it's doing for the racing. As Camu Bevel goes up the inside, does he get that one done? He does indeed. Although it looks like Brandon still fancies it on the outside, but decides he's going to back off and involve himself in the fight later on, maybe instead of just, you know, killing himself now. And looks like Baza now, right on the back of Monkey Meg. Let's see if he can get the move done. Of course, championship leader only by 2 points to Zeppa. He'll be extending that one to 17 at the current moment, so he'll be absolutely loving life in the Red Bull. DRS, start of lap 4, and the race leader from 2 laps ago is now down to 3rd. There goes Baza. We got yellow flags in the final sector. Don't know who that's for. We've got a lot of stuff going on though. We've got Zeppa and Tudai fighting. We've got Straw Blonde and Camo Babo going for it, as well as Brandon just in the background waiting to see if anything is going to happen. On the outside goes the Toro Rosso. Staying on the inside is the Alpha, and there's a bit of contact. Brandon gets to position, and I don't know if Straw Blonde will be very happy about that one or not. But still, he's in a nice strong position on those tyres. He's going to just keep his head, because he's the second highest guy on the hards. It could really pay dividends later on for him. But here now comes Brandon back on Camu Babo. Baza over a second now behind our race leader, but I mean, are you really surprised? Look at the tyre difference. It's always going to happen. And now Zeppa in the points. Zeppa in the points, front wing damage to him and to Jacko is a lot. He might just be changing the front wing when they come in later on. Here's Splinter. Thought about it, but decided not to go for the move. On Murdoch, there's plenty of time to get a move done, of course. Don't have to get it done straight away. I'd hope these guys, after watching that one, will maybe be a bit more patient with their racing. I was saying that Strawbone really is Harry in the back of Brandon. I wonder if we're going to see anyone start getting desperate for some moves in a hairpin, possibly. It's something I tried in the ILR pre-season races, and it does work actually. You can even just dive at the inside to distract someone and then pass them later on. But he didn't decide to do that yet. But I wonder if that's something that people will try later on. Zeppa sets the fastest lap, so he's now in the top 10. So that will count for him. as Splinter does get by Murdoch into turn 1 with the aid of DRS, and then Murdoch himself decides he's going to go wide and put a Zep on the back of him. Brandon still harrying Camo Webber. Remember, he scored 0 points all season. If he can finish in P5, which is what he's aiming for right now, let me just tell you what that would put him in a World Championship, because it would put him up a few spots, as you could imagine. It would put him all the way up to 12th, I think, with Commando Vice equal him, maybe 12th or 13th. That'd be a huge result for him if he can get it, and he's looking, honestly, like he's got the pace to do it. We'll just have to wait and see how his wet weather skills are, because it may well come into question later on how these guys all do it. Could switch it all round. Brad passing Tudite, and Zeppa passing Murdoch. Brandon has a 3-second time penalty for multiple warnings, and as I say, it's very easy to go wide here and get warnings. As you can see, he's going off there again. There goes Straw Blonde. Is there any front wing damage on that Taurus? I mean, most do have damage, but is it... There's no damage on his car, actually. Maybe he's just pushing it too much. Has Shabs got any front wing damage either? No, I wonder the softs are just starting to sort of die a little bit. I think it's still too early for a pit stop. But yeah, it looks like Shabs is really starting to fall off the pace, and I wonder if we'll see the same happen to Monkey Meg and to Dexter. Brad pits, he's not happy with his tyres, he decided to get rid of those. And look at this on the exit, there's a bit of lag going on there, but Camo Baba will get past into P4. Of course, the guy that won in Monaco hasn't been up at the lead since then. He's hoping to try and get his way back up there today, and he's... yeah, P4 right now. And oh, Brandon on the inside nearly has a crash there with Shabs. Just be patient, you'll get him on the DRS. And here he comes onto DRS. He's gonna look for a wee slipstream here. Will Shabs to try and keep himself close so that Brandon doesn't get him, because Brandon, of course, is pretty occupied with Straw Blonde. Will we see the Alpha flat the inside? No. We're all okay here. I'm surprised how good Shabs is on the traction, because it does look like he's struggling, but he seems to be alright for now. But look at that, he's so slow there, and Brandon, oh, he's went for the outside line. He went for the outside line as he's broke the front wing. Brandon's made a mistake. He should have, oh, he's hit the back. Shabs with the traction there was just struggling so much, and Brandon simply didn't expect it to be so difficult to pass. He had too much grip for his own good, and he's down into 12th place as Shabs duly pits, as well as Monkey Meg as well. So all this puts Straw Blonde up to 4th now, Camo Babu 3rd. And these guys on the harder tyres, they'll be hoping now that it starts to rain any moment now. As you can see, it is starting to get a bit dull. So there's a chance of the rain coming in. It's not like 100% guarantee, by the way, it's going to rain. It says it's 45 minutes. It could be a Belgium 08 sort of situation, possibly at the end of this one. We'll have to wait and see on it. But we don't really know for now, unfortunately, what's going to happen. Looks like Mr. John got Shabs on the exit. That could be a fun battle as well. I want to watch the 2 Alfa Romeos go for it. DRS. And looks like Zeppa, of course, is just lurking as well in the background on the hard compound tyres too. Trying to harry the second highest on the hards now, because Splinter is through his teammate. Rather easy. Zeppa, a bit of a slide on the exit. But up the hill. Straw Blonde should be able to stay ahead. He's got the situation on his teammate. That's more than enough to keep him ahead for now. Baz has started to close that gap a lot onto Dexter. That could be a sign of a pit stop looming. I reckon if he stays out one more lap, Dexter, he'll be in some real trouble. So I hope to see him in the pits this time round. But he's not going to pit. He's going to stick out there. And that means Baza might well have a golden opportunity here. He hasn't won since Bahrain. It's still his only ILR win ever, Bahrain, this season, but he is still leading this World Championship, and he's still looking to extend that gap and take a second win of his career to try and yeah, go into Britain, or sorry, go into Austria with a huge advantage. Zeppa, of course, chasing all the way. He will be getting close to the Red Bull driver later on. But for now, it's Baza on the attack, looking to get by Dexter on DRS. It would be a complete disaster, I think, if Dexter got overtaken by Baza, because then it would mean he wouldn't even be first into the pit lane. He'd actually be behind already. He'd have to do some more work on track. I think this extra lap for Dexter is really going to cost him here. Let's see what it's like on the brakes. Do we see another Brandon situation where the traction's just so poor that the guy behind just simply runs into the back? Here comes up the hill Baza for the lead of the race. This could be such a crucial move, and he knows it. He wants to make sure he gets it done nice and cleanly, but he nearly spins on the entry. Wow, he got those rear tyres lit up like hell, didn't he? And that could have been the championship taking a huge hit there, as Dexter really feels the pressure. He knows he's been given a bit of a lifeline there by not being overtaken. He has to get away. Yellow flags in the middle sector for Shabs, who's really gone and messed it up a little bit there. He's off the track and nearly into Mr. John as well. But here is the pitter, finally, of Dexter, giving the lead to Baza. And look what that's done. It's put Camo Babo right on the back here. He, of course, has also got only one win in his ILR career. It came in Monaco this season. And these two now are going to do a bit of a battle royale here to try and get themselves mainly away from this man, away from Zeppa. Zeppa is potentially going to be their main rival now, depending on what happens with the weather. We'll have to wait and see. But Zeppa makes himself the second highest driver now on the hards, behind, of course, only Baza. Baza having a fantastic start. Of course, it might well have been down to the jump starts that some of these guys were able to get thanks to the game's netcode, but listen, you'll take what you can get. The sun is still out. The lights aren't on yet. Not brightly enough to notice anyway. As you can see, they are on, but not really noticeable. What I'm looking for is when it gets really dull and you can clearly see the lights. So like, hello. It's time to go on rain now, as Vice gets a penalty. What a day it could have been for Vice. He was looking, honestly, quite good from pole. He got lucky with the conditions, you could argue, but at the end of the day, he judged it right, got a lap in. Look at that, two-die. Way off the road, and I think that was an overtake on Jacko off the road, and let's see, is he going to let him through? He is indeed. Now, what about Camo Babo? Is he going to go for the move? That's an interesting question. Obviously, medians versus the hards, it'd be advisable for him to go for the move. But let's see. Let's see what he'll do. Is he gonna go for it into turn one? I don't think he will. He was close before, wasn't he? He was about 2/10 back. He's still setting rather consistent lap times. He should be able to get by. Like I say, just once again, the impending doom of Zeppa is just closing in, and they all know it. They will see his name pop up the top two in a moment when Zeppa gets by Splinter, which, no offense to Splinter, but it will happen. And to Camo Babo, he's going to want to be ahead, I reckon. Oh, look at the sliding off the back end there for both of them, honestly. Baz maybe a bit more, but let's see. Is Camo Babo going to go for it? Is he going to do it? Oh, he's going to go for the outside. Is he going to make that one work? It should work. And he is into the lead. Camo Babo passes Baza, the championship leader, and Zeppa passes Splinter. And suddenly, there's only 3.3 seconds behind the two championship, or between the two championship rivals. Currently, the guy's 5 points in Baza's favour. But are we? Or sorry, not 5. Is it still 5? Let me try. Oh, he's been off the track. Baza's been off the track. Wow, he's really gone and bottled this one now. Did he just spin off? I wonder if he's just spun off on the flat out corner. We saw he was struggling there a bit more. We saw a few of them were struggling there a bit more. But Baza from second place seemingly has had a spin and, you know, decided to reset the car. But that's a huge blow in his title fight. He went from leading the race about 2 minutes ago to sitting in fifth behind his championship rival. I was going to say the gap was 4 points. I believe it was 4 points because of the fast lap for Zeppa. It's now going to be, let's try and work this out. So Zeppa now takes that 2 point gap it was at the start of the race, flips it on its head. Baz is going to be 4 points behind our championship leader of new, Zeppa. Wow, what an incredible development here. But there's still front wing damage on Zeppa. There's still a possible chance of Bowser coming back, but still, he'll be kicking himself there. One guy, another guy will be very happy about this, is Camo Babbo. He'll be looking behind him thinking, where's that Red Bull gone? Ah, there he is. The very tiny little speck in my mirrors. I can now pull away and get some good pace in. He's got his pit light on, so he'll be maybe taking a trip into the pit lane. I wonder if these guys, if they even do decide to pit, would go onto soft and just hope the rain comes and say like lap 20 or something. They'd have to go a few more laps for that, I guess, but I'm sure someone might try and take that risk. Brandon's got past Jacko. And looks like Tuda's going to try and get by as well. Looks like these Red Bulls haven't got great tyre wear in this race. And that's a bit concerning for me. Obviously driving a Red Bull myself at the weekend. It's going to be fun. Oh, Tuda's taking the off-track routes, and looks like Jacko's got by Brandon. And Camo Babbo pits. Now I want to see where he comes out compared to Dexter. Let's see on board the Mercedes driver. Big move if he can get ahead. Be very interesting to see if he can get by. Look out on your right hand side for an orange papaya McLaren. You can hear it, but you can't see it. There he is. He's very close to the Dexter, very close indeed. I think he'll find that encouraging, honestly. But I'll be back in just 1 second. Sorry. Hello, nice to meet you. Right, Monkey Meg. Monkey Meg has lost out a bit in this now. He is now third, I guess, net third. Maybe Zeppa will be up there too. Of course, the race leader now. But yeah, let's go back to intervals, shall we? That looked fun. What was going on there? Look how much damage is on Brown's car. Has it got worse? I wonder. Oh well, maybe it's just the way it looked on the camera, but I think Brown might even have more damage. He's struggling a lot there, look, a bit of contact there, but it honestly, it's a weird one that it didn't look like they hit. It felt a bit like the turn one into it. It didn't look like it was much of a hit, but then he just spins off. It feels a lot like a netcode issue more than, you know, these guys actually crashed into each other. I don't think that was any of these two's fault. Maybe it depends on my own camera angle, but that one didn't really look like it was avoidable, I don't think. So I hope they'll be able to see that. I don't know what you all think about that, but it does seem the netcode's having a real, you know, mess up of this race. It's messing the race up a little bit. Anyway, here's Camo Babbo looking to get the lead. He's got the better tyres by far. That's a good question actually from Mr. McMahon. Does Camo Babbo join the title fight if he gets this moved on? Let's try and answer that question right now. So if Camo Babbo wins this one, he's currently 34 points off the lead. So we'll just have to wait and see really how it all finishes. But I guess he could be there. But obviously Dexter is still going to be ahead of Camo Babbo, even if he does pass and win. They finished 1-2, these two. So yeah, I guess still Dexter is more of a championship challenger at the moment. I don't want to cut off these two. I know there's more battling, but I just want to make sure these guys don't. I don't want to miss their move. You know what I mean? I've gotten into the habit recently of missing overtakes. It's become a really annoying thing actually. But it looks like Murdoch is pitting. Of course, the game doesn't know what it's doing. Why am I not surprised? But you can hear those two going past. Let's see How'd he go? It looks like Baza as well is starting to catch up to Stroblon again, trying to recover something out of today. It's been a difficult one for him. He was looking good. He should have been in that fight. He knows it. I think he knows it. He should have been in that fight for the win. But he's not. We'll see if he can fight back though, and maybe become a part of it later on. But certainly for now, he's he can still see his challenger rival. I think that's the only thing that will make him slightly happy in the situation. But look at this, DRS now for Camo Babo, and he's going to go for the inside line. Camo Babo takes back what I think could be the net leader of the race, depending on how long we wait to see the rain. As you can see, it is still pretty gosh darn dry out there, isn't it? The sun is still very much out, and it certainly doesn't look like we're going to be seeing rain anytime soon. And the longer it stays like that, the better, I reckon, for those guys. I think, well, of course it's the better for those guys, that they need it. But yeah, let's see if Cameron Bever can pull away now. Let's just quickly see. It's about 18 seconds of the lead of the race, so we should easily get that back now if these guys start to pit again. This is a very interesting situation. I want to know what you all think again in the comments. Who's gonna win this one? It's anyone's game, I think, this one. So be very interested to see what happens. Back in 1 second. That was the fastest lap there done by Camo Babo. So, something he'll be very happy about. Lenny! You better notice me on your return. My return to what? This? Oh, right. Oh, right, yes. I did notice you, Lenny. Of course I've noticed you. Well, why wouldn't I notice you? You're one of only like 9 viewers. It's a rather quiet day. If I didn't notice you, then there'd be some issues. Right, can we get some racing done, please? Oh, ice cream. If anyone gets the reference. Does anyone even get that reference anymore? The ice cream truck from ILR Malaysia? I think a few seasons ago with Paul and Paga. Good times that, man. Good times. Back when I was bad enough to be commentated on by them. Anyway, Spencer last of the medium runners into the pit lane. He's had a fantastic stint. Surely it's soft for him. He's looking good. That could be looking good as well. I don't know how far behind these guys he's going to end up, but if it's not too far, if he's ahead of Monkey Meg, he's not going to be quite ahead of Monkey Meg. But you know what? This is going to be close. Do you know what? Splinter's really put himself into contention here, and that's what I'm thinking. Will Zeppa, Stroblon, Basil, they all pit for the same tyre as well? Will everyone end up pitting for that tyre? Is it worth it? Yeah, it's an interesting one. We've got plenty of interesting ones today, haven't we? It's nice to have a lot of interesting ones, and that looked like after chaos. We got stuff at turn 1, we got stuff in the pit lane. And Moras is just sort of sitting there, chillaxing with his penalty. Am I not? He's had a bad day, hasn't he? He's fallen down 14 places. I mean, it's been a pretty bad day. I mean, Zeppa, if the rain comes at the right time for him, he's going to be leaping for joy. He's gone up by 17. But I don't want to say it's not impressive, but I can see why they're thinking of moving him up. And there's Splinter. He's got 1 under his belt. I think he's our one to watch now. He's currently about 6.5 seconds behind our net race leader, depending on when the rain comes, Camo Babo. If he can get him, he's on for a good day. Splinter, I believe, started, by the way, somewhere like 6th. Oh, sorry, he went 11th. Sorry, he was on the grid. Much better than I thought. Wow. Jess pitting. She has decided she is done on that stint. Jacko's fallen down a bit now, as well as Brandon. It's another bad day for Brandon. He just always has the potential and then blows it. It's so frustrating. I'm sure his day will come, right? It has to come, right? Oh my goodness. Hey, look at this. It's Alfie Jensen McMahon Part 2, ladies and gentlemen. If anyone doesn't know the context, basically Alfie decided to extend every corner on the racetrack. And you can do that here as well. As long as the commentators don't notice, you can extend pretty much every corner on the track and get away with it. But, yeah. Oh, Brandon's gone. We just cut away from that as well. His teammate just passed the crash there. Let's see if Moras can see it. Doesn't look like we're going to get a safety car for it. I assume we're going to be looking on the right hand side. No, left hand side. There he is. He just lost the car. Simple as. And out of the race then goes the Toro Rosso. Splinter's now nearly half the gap between himself and Camu Babo. He's on the back of Dexter now, and he might well get the move done on the DRS. Brandon leaves the session. He's our second retirement on the day. Still not too bad. I mean, he did manage to hit a wall though, which is quite incredible. I don't know what happened to Speedwood. Speedwood might have just been one of the casualties that was involved in that lap 1 thing. I mean, a lot of people were just clashing with each other, weren't they, really, on lap 1. It was a complete mess. But anyway, that's the second retirement of the day. And here comes Splinter. No contest. P5. We'll see if that stays as P5, depending on the rain. You can see the clouds are now starting to gather. It isn't getting too dull yet, though. Like I say, if it does decide to rain, it will rain right at the very, very end, I think. So, yeah. Mr. Daza thinks we're going to get both Alphas on the podium. Yeah, that would be interesting. I don't know if we're going to get that, though. I think it's quite unlikely. Unless we get a safety car or something. It's going to be one strategy or the other that wins this race. I don't think both of them can get on the podium because there's a huge gap between Camu Bravo and Splinter. Or and Baza, sorry. I wish I could actually get a live weather forecast. If it's so useful. It'd actually be so useful. Oh man. Monkey Meg pits again. And look at this. Jack! Oh man! That's not a great overtaking maneuver there. Drifting around the corner rather than making the overtake is not really the way to go. So Monkey Meg and Brad into the pits again. That'll be for salt, I've assumed, at the end of the race. On go the red marked tyres. Alright, to go. Of course, if it doesn't rain, the 2 stops probably the quicker strategy today. But a lot of people have employed the medium to hard instead. Murdoch resetting time penalty. And Vice will have to pit again as well. So will Shabs. That should be it for the pitters. Splinter may have to push it a bit to get to the end, but as you can see, the track's starting to get real dull now. The clouds are starting to really arrive. And lights are on. Lights are on a lot better, but once again, it's still not too dull yet. It's still nice and bright over here, but the clouds are starting to come in. Jacob's gone wide again. Monkey Meg on the back on new tyres and looking to get by into 12th. And succeeding, I would imagine, without any major disasters. Yay, no major disaster. Monkey Meg, though, does get a 3-second time penalty, so there was a major disaster. And now Jack was coming back at him. I should just shut my mouth. Here he goes. On the inside. Is he going to go for it? Oh, that's going to be a close one. Is he going to do the same as he did the 2 die? Yeah, well, yeah, he thinks about it. He might do it. Be careful. Just be careful. There's still 8 laps. Plenty of time. because those sauce will die. It'll come back to Jacko soon. And it's probably getting to the point of no return for these tires now as well on Spencer. They're not going to be looking too sexy by the end of this lap and the next few laps afterwards. But yeah, the clouds, you can see it. The sky's getting darker and darker every lap. The shadow across that Mistral Straight is getting bigger and bigger. Beesman has a penalty. Yeah, maybe Jacko did have to go for that dive bomb when I think about it, because he's not off the track. He's not off the track, but he's off the back of the fight. You got a little bit of hand waving when you pass. Nice easy overtake. Will he get a penalty this time? No! Whoa! Oh, look at this. Baz is pitting. Baz is pitting. Very interesting. I guess he doesn't think the rain's coming. He comes out in 6th, so that's worked out alright for him, honestly. But let's see if Spencer can get by into well, 3rd place. I'm not gonna say net anymore because I just don't know what the net is anymore. He's not really gonna be close, I don't think, not for a bit. But I just don't know what to expect with rain imminent. It's a difficult one to try and figure out. No move here unless you're suicidal. Now that could be one of the leaders. It's Rob, sorry. Well, it's bad for Rob, but luckily for the leaders, I guess, it's not them. Top two pit. So I guess their strategy of staying out and waiting for rain hasn't worked for either of the top 3. So suddenly this is a fight for the lead, and we can now say that with absolute certainty. Right? Here comes Splinter. Down towards turn 1, he sees Camo Babu's McLaren become the P1. And down the inside, is he going to go for it? Is he? He's done it, into the lead. That's a very nice move indeed on the tyres that are really starting to go on him now. He needs to try and keep this for as long as possible now, because the tyres will start to fall away from him. He needs to be careful here, but Splinter could be on for victory tonight in the Alfa Romeo. And, well, let's not celebrate too soon, because his teammate, we did say in the comments, I did say, small chance, next to no chance of 2 Alphas on the podium, but you know what? The lead guy on the new set of soft tyres, apart from Splinter, is in fact his teammate. But look at Camo Babu, he's going back up the inside. And these two are going to be slowing each other down a ton. But surely Straw Blonde now, as long as the rain stays away for long enough for him to be able to catch up, surely he's now in a position to try and fight for this. Because if his teammate gets past here, and he can hold off Camo Babu long enough, which he does get ahead, then, you know, he could hold this up. This could be a huge train at the end. My goodness, like, what great racing that was for the lead. And all that time I'm trying to figure out who's in the best strategy. I still don't really know who's on the best strategy. Who's gonna win this thing? Logic would dictate that it should be Splinter. But if it starts to rain now, his softs are actually gonna completely fall apart. Likely. So we just don't know. DRS again for Camo Babu. Looking at going back for the lead. Yellows for Tudai, I think that is. He's got lost. So unfortunate for him. Now Baz, that's a fast lap. He's now ahead of Zeppedoodle, by the way, again, which is important for his title fight. He'll be at 5 points clear at the end of this one, I think, as a result of all that, if he keeps the fastest lap. Oh, penalties. That's an interesting one. Yeah, penalties. What about this? Splinter, none, the race leader. Camo Babu, none. Dexter, a penalty just there now. And Straw Blonde, nothing. Interesting. So, yeah, Dexter there, no penalty. Or, sorry, the only one with a penalty. This guy passing Straw Blonde has got no penalties. And he's got a bullet of a car. And he's going to be trying to put that one up into P1. Could it be Alfa Romeo 1-2 here in France? Let's wait and see. Up the hill comes Camu Babo, chasing again Splinter. Now, obviously these guys on lap 22 had a lovely fight for the lead. Lap 23, maybe they're just saving a bit of their ERS bit. I think Splinter does have to save it a bit, or else we will be into some really fun fighting soon, which actually is a good thing, so please don't save. Pardon me. Jeez, I thought ILR5 was up. I'm thinking, what? I just saw a notification on my phone. But look at the gap. Look at the gap, man. 4.4. I'm looking at B's. I don't know if he's going to go for moving vice, but look at it. It's 4.4. We're going to have 4 laps to go here. Rain is still imminent. Fastest lap. Fastest lap for Straw Blonde. And Zepp has got by Dexter, and Baz has fallen behind Zepp as well. Zepp has had a flyer of a lap, and he takes back the championship lead, and he will now lead it by 2 points. It's mad, this one, isn't it? And look at it. Look at the lights now. It's getting real bright in here. Are we gonna see some rainfall? Here comes Camu Babo. He's got more ERS, remember. Is he gonna go for this one? Let's see if Splinter will try and fight back. Camu Babo takes the lead once again. But this is far from over. Here we go on the exit. And we're going to go side by side on the hill. The top two now only have 3.5 seconds separating them from the guy behind, who is Straw Blonde. They really do. They cannot afford to fight this hard. But Camu Babo back in the lead once again. The Camu Babo fan club will be absolutely losing their minds. But let me stress this. There are just 3 to go at the end of this one. It's a very long 3 laps for Splinter. Will we see a bit of Alfa Romeo team play here? Because I don't think we're going to see Splinter's tires get to the end. Pardon me again. This is going to be fun. It could be any one of the top 3 who takes this. Or it could still be Zeppa. Look at the exit for Camu Babo. It's such a bad one. And down the main straight we go. 3 to go. Splinter thought about selling the dummy. Instead, he's going to go right around the outside. Is he going to get this one down into turn 1? Yes, he is. Back in the lead he goes. And look how slow these are. It's going to slow them down massively, man. Will Camu Babo go back for it? It's now starting to drizzle. The rain has arrived. 3 to go. This is brilliant. I cannot wait to see how this one finishes. Will those soft tyres get to the end on Splinter's car? And what about Straw Blonde? He's right there now. And what about Zephyr too? This could be a 4-man fight for the victory here, and quite frankly, any of them could take it. Here comes Camu Babo on the inside, taking back the lead, but he's so late on the brakes as well as Splinter, and they're going to go side by side. And this is really getting intense now. Wheel binding as they go up the hill. Camu Babo will need better traction there, staying in the lead. But now look at this shot. The top 4 all going for it. We've got 2 separate battles going on within this top 4, and very soon it's going to become all 4 of them going for it. And the guy at the front of it all is the one on the slowest compound of tyres, the hard compound, compared to 3 guys on softs. Here comes Straw Blonde and his teammate. Let's see what he can do about this. He's only going to have 2 laps to try and find a way through both of them. Will there be some team play? Will Straw Blonde go for it? If he does, how lenient is his teammate going to be when it comes to defending? Right around the outside goes Straw Blonde. There's your answer. P2. And let's see on the exit. Oh, there's contact. Zebeth puts Splinter round into a spin. And we go from 4 to 3 in that battle. But it's going to be a crazy final 3 laps. Or final 2 laps now. As Camu Babo enters turn 1 in the lead for the penultimate time. I thought Zeppa had a bit of a slide there. He did lose a bit of time. Has he got any front wing damage? He does, so that could be just a 2-way fight. So it's once again Alfa Romeo versus McLaren. But this time, it's 4-lap-old tyres fighting the 14-lap-old rather than 10-lap-old. And it puts a whole new dimension into this battle. As we go for it, The rain is really falling as there goes Camo Babo out of the race. He was so good there. He was on for at least the podium. May not have got the win, but now it's completely gone for him. And it's suddenly Straw Blonde who takes the lead in this one. Has Zeppa got anything left in that Williams? We'll have to wait and see, but that is heartbreaking for Camo Baba, who was on for his second victory of the season. If he could just hold on. He'd fought so well all day, but now, as we see the rain continue to fall, will these mistakes continue? Will we see more people in the wall? This still could be anyone's. Monkey may never refuse it in time penalty. I wonder if the penalties actually got that top two. That could decide it as well. Straw Blonde has got no penalties. Zeppa's got one. Baza's got one as well. I think we've got more chaos going on. I think there's a lot more going on. There's a car off there. It's Monkey Meg. I thought it was another one though. We're going to go side by side up the hill here. And Commando gets ahead of Shaz. But look at this. This is torrential rain now. This is a bit like the end of qualifying. I said it could do this. And it certainly is doing this. And look at this. Final lap of the race. Zeppa, if he wants to win this thing, he's got to put Straw Blonde under the most incredible pressure you've ever seen. Because he has to get by and somehow make 3 seconds. And the best thing you can do here is just hope and pray the guy ahead makes a mistake. Moras is going for some spins. He cannot get the car under control. And who can blame him, really? Look at the rain. It's absolutely tipping it down. These guys are on slicks. They're on a dry compound tyre, and look at Zeppa, he gets a second penalty, but you know what, he's going to be able to move on track, and from last place on the grid he takes back that lead, but it is going to be Straw Blonde, as long as he can keep it on the road. I don't think even Zeppa can make 6 seconds this quickly. What he's going to want to do to Zeppa, he's going to want to try everything he possibly can to get Straw Blonde to make a mistake. He wants this victory, and you know what? The mistake is coming here. Straw Blonde is sliding around like a fish on oil, really. DRS is now disabled, and let's just see. Will these two keep it on the island? I imagine Straw Blonde will have been furiously chatting to Jeff on this lap, asking about the penalties for Zeppa, and making sure that he's got this in the bag as we head towards the last 2 corners of the French Grand Prix. An absolute ILR classic here. And at the end of it all, Zeppa from last on the grid is going to cross the line first, but I believe it's going to be Straw Blonde who comes around the final corner, and he is going to win this French Grand Prix. He takes that pot of gold at the end of the rainbow, and what a race that was. Baza is coming around the final corner. He's struggling massively, but he's going to come home. He's going to, I think, now draw level. No, he's not actually. He's going to fall behind. 2 points behind, I think. The championship leader now is Zeppa Doodle. Dexter P4. Splinter now up into 5th. After his issues. What will he have to say about the end of that race, I wonder? As Murdoch goes off the track, the rain is still falling very hard. 2 guys got a 10-second penalty. They're all having some adventures on this last lap, and really, can you blame them? Brad is on for a world championship point here. He may even be on for 2, because it looks like Biesma's really struggling here. I don't know about penalties, but certainly for now, if Brad gets by Biesma, this could be 2 points for him. He hasn't seen a point all season. And on the exit, surely he's going to get it. And Brad is up into P9. What a result that'll be for him if he doesn't have any penalties. Let's see what the penalties will do for him. P9, does he stay there? Up to P8, in fact. P8 there for Brad. Let's see if he keeps it. We've got some fighting at the line here. I think Brad has just finished P8. What a result for him. Jess back in the points as well for the second time this season. Second time in 2 races. She's starting to find a bit of form. Monkey Meg's been off the track. Broken from when he comes P13. Moras and Tudai will finish off, but let's quickly confirm that. Straw Blonde, Zeppa, Baza, Dexter, Splinter, Murdoch, Shaz, Brad, Vice, Jess, Jacko, Biesma, Monkey Meg, Moras, Tudai, John, Rob, and in the retirements, Canababu, Glover, Brandon Glover, and Speedwood. But what a result that is for Brad. Brad up there into P8, right at the death. Well done to him. Points on the board. And what a stunning way to end that race. Wow. That was brilliant, wasn't it? Come on, that was brilliant. What a fantastic last few laps that was. I can't wait to watch that back. I tell you what, I'm gonna piss my Instagram off for that one. I don't think anyone on my Instagram likes anything I do, but you know what? This is going straight on there. I don't know, of course in the footer as well. I mean, that's a given, isn't it? Oh man, wow. Wow. What a race, man. That really built up the whole way through. You could tell we were going to come to a decent finish there. But what a race, man. I love it. I love it. Let's confirm the order then. Straw Blonde from Zephyr, Bazza, Dexter, Splinter, Murdoch, Shavs, and Brad, P8. Well done to him. Vice 9th, good recovery from being spun off a turn 1, the pole sitter. Jess 10th, second points in a row. Jacko 11th, Beast 12th, Monkey Meg 13th, Morris 14th, 2Die 15th. John 16th is the very first 50% race. Well done for getting to the end. Rob 17th, and then your retirements. Camo, Brandon, and Speedwood. And oh my god, that was amazing. I'm going to watch the end of that race over and over and over. More of that in ILR3, please? Question mark, question mark. Anyway, ILR4 and ILR5 are coming on next. Hope you're all looking forward to that. That'll be, like I say, 8 o'clock. So, Lenny's on ILR4, Jess is on ILR5. And, I'm going to go in and lie down. I'll probably take some pictures of the sun, actually, because I've been doing that recently. I don't know if people like them, but I'll stop doing it anyway. Anyway, bye! Safe travels!